Hey, fellow Star Wars fans, I'm Mike, and you're watching Force Within TV, where today we're talking about an old Republic animation series. Please, well, I know so many people want this, but before we get into it, guys, please consider subscribing. Check out the Force Within TV channel after this video, and if you like what you see there, hit the subscribe button. Also, remember, question of the day coming up at the end of the video. So let's get right into this, guys. I have 3 different animation TV series ideas here based on the old Republic. I think the last one is the best. You guys let me know in the comments which one you think is. We know Dave Filoni and the Rebels crew aren't opposed to bringing back the old Republic because we saw concept art for Darth Revan he was supposed to be brought back in the Clone Wars. Dave Filoni said it just didn't fit, and we all know that animation series ended before it was supposed to. But let's get into the 3 different ways I think the Old Republic should be brought back. Number 1 is, so in the first situation here, we could see Lucasfilm revisiting the Old Republic, retelling the tale as a children's animation series. This would mean that some of the plot points might have to change, right? Water it down a little bit for the kids, but most of the story wouldn't stay intact. I mean, personally, I really like this scenario because it brings an entirely new generation into Star Wars and the Old Republic, right? It could spawn all kinds of new games for kids, and our kids would be able to share, or we could bond with our kids over that shared interest in the Old Republic and our love for the Old Republic. I know personally I'm a dad, and my girls, I would love to see them really get into the Old Republic. Now, in the second situation, we could see Lucasfilm revisiting the Old Republic and retelling the story and an adult animation series. So things could be changed and adapted to be more adult. We know there is a demand for adult Star Wars content because there's so many of us here on YouTube who are adults watching Star Wars Rebels, grew up watching the Clone Wars, right? And we want more. Now, of course, what Lucasfilm could do is, because we are an adult audience, they could change things around to keep us guessing and keep us interested in the storyline, so it wouldn't be exactly the same as we've already read about or played through in the games. I love this idea, but I feel the problem here is that Disney would want Star Wars. They want Star Wars on Disney XD, right? So, of course, the solution to that is that we have the Old Republic adult animation series, and then we have one that is geared more towards the kiddies. Maybe something like the 2D animation out of Forces of Destiny. In fact, maybe that's what they're testing out. They want to split the animation world into 2 and go with a more kiddie 2D and then more of a 3-dimensional animation, for adults. That would be pretty cool, right? Love to see it. Lastly here, guys, we have my absolute favorite idea, which is a prequel animation series leading up to the Old Republic. So we could see the early days of Darth Revan as a Jedi, get to know the Old Republic and how it operated. This could either be a kid's show or adult, I think. But most importantly, I love this idea because it leaves the amazing Old Republic stories untouched. And we know that great quote from Ahsoka, right? There's always a little truth in legends. So we could just leave the legend there. People could still revisit it. Disney could still sell those books and make money, but we would have this awesome prequel leading up to that series as well. All right, guys, so question of the day here is, which of these 3, not 1, but 3, do you like the most? Do you want a kids animation series that'll help us bond with our children as they get to know the Old Republic? Number 2, revisiting it as an adult animation series? Or 3, a prequel to the Old Republic, the way we know it with Darth Revan, in seeing him as a Jedi before he falls to the dark side. Let me know in the comments below, guys. I want to say a big thank you for all those folks who come here regularly and comment. Greatly appreciate it. Keep that up. And as always, guys, if you haven't checked out the Force Within TV channel, please head on over there and do so. Greatly appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button, but of course, only if you like what you see. May the Force be with you always.